Hey everyone, so I've just finished recording my video where I just quickly show you around the Babbel website and give you a bit of an overview of my review and my experience using Babbel. I'll put the link for that kind of on the suggested video thing just there, or I'll put it in the description below. And what this video is going to be is I'm just going to show you what a lesson looks like, how you learn with it, and then if there's enough time I'm also going to show you what it's like to review these 10 items for your review manager. I do suggest that you look at the video that I just filmed because it will give you a better understanding of what it is I'm doing, but if you decide not to, I'll try to kind of give some background. I was going to review this, but it was kind of too complicated and just silly to use as an example. So I'm going to use one of the beginner lessons to show you kind of the format. I won't do the very beginners, but I'll do kind of this. Okay. So here you get to choose whether you want to use your microphone for speaking or not. I do suggest you do because it just helps you, even if what you're saying doesn't sound anything like what they're saying, it's the first step to getting comfortable speaking the language, which is really important. But if you're not in a room by yourself or you don't want to disturb other people, you can do it without. So I'm going to choose to do it with the microphone.
Il est grand.
But what I suggest you do is go onto audio settings, and this will help you set up your microphone. It's really important that you make sure that that when you speak, it's in this green area. Otherwise, you'll get really frustrated, like, why doesn't it think I'm saying correctly? And then you click on here and you realize it's because you're practically shouting. So use that. I think the kind of my experience with Babbel has been that Babbel's audio recognition is actually very good. But I do wonder whether it's affected by how good your laptop microphone is. So if you are using a very old computer, it might be affected, but I don't really know. If for some reason you are having massive issues with the microphone and you really want to do speaking, do try the phone app because like smartphone microphones are pretty good these days as well, and it seems to be the same kind of quality. So I'm going to do that. The layout of the kind of lesson that it's going to do, it will show me 4 words, then make me say them. Then it will make me match the words to the pictures, and then it will make me type the words. So don't panic when you first open it that you have to sit there and memorize. No. In this lesson, you don't really need to memorize anything. That's all down to the review manager, I would say, but I don't know. So let's have a look.
Il est grand.
Il est grand.
Elle est mince.
Elle est mince. Elle est mince.
Elle est mince.
Elle est mince.
Ils sont très contents.
Ils sont très contents.
C'est une jolie photo.
C'est une jolie photo. Right. So if you're kind of laughing at how I'm saying the words, I just want to show you how good Babbel made me. Yes, my R is terrible, and I find that basically it's comparing your voice to the speaker. So if the speaker on there does something really weird, like they talk really enthusiastically, try to also just imitate what they do because it's comparing you to them. So I find most of the time it's kind of amusing for me that the people say words really funny, like bonjour, and then I go bonjour and it goes, yes, you got it right. So don't try to be normal when you're speaking and try to be all cool. Just speak how they speak and you'll get it right. So now it's testing me.
Elle est mince. Ils sont très contents. C'est une jolie photo.
So yeah, continue. Now it's testing your spelling.
Il est grand.
If you don't know, just click show solution. I'll type it in wrong just for a laugh. So you can see it goes red. That's how it reacts. One thing with Babbel which makes it a little bit easier, which is nice sometimes but annoying other times, is that this length, that orange bar, shows you how long the word needs to be. If you type too many letters, you see it gets bigger. So you kind of know whether you've got it right or wrong, which is sometimes helpful. And other times, if you really want to test yourself, it's a bit annoying, but right. Okay.
Ils sont très contents.
And I must say that all of these words are based on what it's already taught you. So the fact that, you know, it's using he and she, and for this, the adjectives got an S on the end. All of this is explained in the course. They don't just leave you to figure it out. And sometimes it comes up with these little hints that are nice to read.
C'est une jolie photo.
Okay, so now this is like a kind of standard thing that they do. You get to use the words that you just learned.
Adrien, regarde la jolie photo.
Qui est ce monsieur?
And I think
Le grand monsieur à côté de la jolie fille.
it's really good, even if you kind of don't understand what all the words mean, just to listen to the sound of the language. And if you want, you can like try to read along with them. It's funny. So then some of the courses have little bits of kind of grammar in, which is nice. So in French, adjectives must what? Agree with the noun. So they must always agree with the
Un
noun.
homme content, une femme contente.
Then it gives you an example. Then I'll click a wrong answer just to see what happens. It just says no.
Il est content.
These feminine adjectives are okay. I'll just fill this
Un
in.
grand homme, une grande femme.
So now it kind of makes you apply what you've just
Un
learned.
homme mince, une femme mince.
What you can do if you're unsure of these things, you can screenshot them and then look at them at a later date if you want. Yep. So now it's kind of making it's testing you.
Une femme moderne. Une petite femme.
And these pictures, yes, they make the lesson look nice, but I found that like when I've been using words in like real conversations in French, that sometimes like random Babbel images come into my mind, and it's actually helped me to learn some sentences. If you don't have the ability to type these letters, you can click here, but I've enabled my keyboard to do that. I might make a video on how to do that if you want to know how to enable international keyboard. Maybe.
Un garçon.
Some lessons have more grammar than others, but I have to say that it's not grammar heavy. I think it's been fine. In the past, when I was
Des hommes sympathiques.
in the past when I was learning French, I really wasn't good at like all the kind of grammar and stuff. Was really boring, but I think with this, because they do it step by step and then they make you use it and they show how it's useful and then you're reviewing it on the thing, it's not overfacing. So then this is kind of another way that they test you, is they kind of put the words in these little boxes and you have to put them in the right order. I do like this, but of course you can always cheat by seeing which ones have capital letters. But I do like this, especially when it's getting into kind of different rules and stuff about using tenses and blah blah blah. It's kind of good to focus on your word order as opposed to your spelling and stuff like that. So yeah.
C'est une grande fille.
Again, what I'm going to do is just do this quickly so that we can fast forward through it. So then, after you've completed it, it then has you revise what you've learned in the lesson. This is only for the beginners lessons. It doesn't do this on vocab courses or the in-depth ones or anything. But this is really good because this is like a test. I think this is a bit where you realise whether you've understood it or not. If you get this wrong, maybe go back and do it again. So she is tall and pretty.
Elle est grande et jolie.
And it's always reading the sentences to you so you get used to how the words sound. I'm just going to quickly complete this. I'll just show you as well. If you're here and like you have no idea what the word is, if you click help, it comes up with those letters again, but this will count as like a wrong answer. But
Comme papa et maman sont minces.
I think it counts as a wrong answer. On some of the courses it does. But the thing is, if you get anything wrong at the end, you get like a score here. And what I suggest you do is do correct your errors, because sometimes you have like one error and you might think, oh, it was just a spelling mistake. But other times there's like 10, 12, 13, 14 errors. Do go and do them, because I think it really helps. And if you get them wrong again, then you can do it again and again until you get it right. So correct your errors. Yep, so that time when I did click help, even though I got the answer correct, because I had help, they want you to do it again.
Comme papa et maman sont minces.
Okay, so then you've completed it. You click close. And normally what it would do is it would take you back to your home screen, and then you'd get a tick there to say that you'd done it. But because I've already done it, and you don't have to unlock things. So if you don't want to do a certain lesson for whatever reason, then you can just go on to another one. You don't have to unlock anything, but they do build on top of each other, so would suggest doing all of them in order. So I'm going to stop the video there because it's getting a bit long, but I will do another quick video where I just show the different ways that you can review your vocabulary. So I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, do let me know. If you want to follow my learning French, do watch out for my new series, which is called Fortnightly French. And if you are interested in France and travelling to France, then look out in September, because I'll have another series starting called Frequently in France, which is going to be like some vlogs about visiting Paris very frequently, maybe like every couple weeks, because it's where my boyfriend lives. So yep, I hope this was useful. If it wasn't, tell me why and I'll make a new one. Okay, bye bye.